Hey, mountain bikers. This is a list of basic skills I created, and this could serve as a refresher, or if you're a beginner rider, these are some skills that you could keep in mind and perfect as you gain experience. Let's go over them briefly. The first one is to relax. You could always think more clearly and perform better when you're relaxed. Okay, and this also applies to the way you grip your bike. So, for example, you don't want to grip your bars with a death grip, okay, while you're riding. When I'm pedaling, I usually just rest the palms on my grips, and as I approach a technical section or descend, I'll grip my bars a little more tightly. Okay. Now, the next one is to look ahead. Okay. Be proactive. It's very important as a mountain biker. Okay. By being proactive, you could plan better, and it's also safer. Okay, so for example, look ahead to so if there's trees coming up, roots, you could kind of plan how are you going to go over these obstacles, or if there's a mountain coming up that you need to climb, you could go to a lower gear, and just plan accordingly. Next, use your dropper post, and this doesn't mean just when you're descending. Okay, it's a very um, versatile tool, the dropper post. So you could also apply it to other scenarios. So, for example, if you have to ride between two trees, by dropping your seat, this creates more room to maneuver and manipulate your bike. Okay, the next one is to stand on your pedals. This is also known as the attack position. Again, being proactive. By standing on your pedals, you have a better vantage point, and you could also plan better and not be passive. So, as opposed to when you're just merely sitting on the bike, right? Next is a very important and essential skill, also a safety skill, is braking. Okay, brake in moderation and time your braking. Very critical, very important. So, for example, if you're charging down a hill and there's a turn coming up, you don't want to slam on your brakes because you're going to lose control. Okay, so what you want to do is plan ahead, feather your brakes. Also, this will uh, enable you to reach an appropriate speed so you could turn or corner safely. Okay. Next is apply body mechanics. Okay, so for example, using your hips when you turn or corner. So what I mean by this is you can kind of shift your weight to your left hip if you need to turn left or corner left, and vice versa, to your right hip, right? Also, when you descend, you want to shift your weight toward your back seat, to your rear wheel, right? And then when you're climbing, you want to shift your weight to your front wheel, okay? And also, even when you're turning, you can also lean your bike. Again, you're using your hips. You could shift your weight to the left side of your bike or to your right side of the bike, right? Um, Next is always be mindful of the terrain. So whether you're riding in loose dirt, gravel, mud, snow, and ride appropriately. So with terrain, braking again is very important. If you're approaching loose dirt, for example, and you're going down a hill pretty fast, again, you want to brake beforehand, right? You want to gradually brake to get to an appropriate speed so you can, safely turn or just turn more smoothly, right? Um, so these skills, if you're not familiar, you could practice, and so for example, a good way to practice is, obviously on the trail, if there's a section that you're comfortable with, you can practice using your dropper post, or getting into the attack mode, using the attack mode, standing on your pedals, braking as well. Um, a good exercise is to try to do a figure eight in the parking lot where you use your hips to turn. And, you could even, by doing the figure eight, you could also practice these skills simultaneously. Like, for example, getting into the attack mode, using your dropper post, so have fun and be safe. And if you haven't subscribed, please subscribe. I'd look forward to reading your comments and answering any of your questions. Have a great day.